I do have a guest here that is joining us. She is very cuddly right now, and we love her. You can hear her purrs. Can you hear? Kitty is more. Okay, let's get into it. I've been meeting a lot of people lately, and there's something that has been becoming more and more crystal clear to me. We need sisterhood, and not the superficial kind where we smile at each other and say, we should get coffee sometime, and never do. But the kind where we deeply have each other's backs, no matter what. The kind where a simple call just to talk about your day feels like everything. The kind that reminds you that there are still good, compassionate, and caring people in the world. Here's our modern day dilemma. We live in a society that glorifies competition. Capitalism tells us constantly to be the best, to win at all costs, and as much as possible to not need anyone else's help or cause any issues, especially as a woman. And I've seen throughout my life how this creates a heartless environment where women are often pitted against each other. It hurts to say it, but it's true. There's an underlying survival of the fittest mindset that is a motivating factor in pretty much everything. And this mindset, at the very same time, preys on our insecurities to compete for the male gaze or for status amongst a plethora of other things. We subconsciously teach girls early on that self-validation isn't enough, or in some cases isn't even an option, that they must get it from the other in their life. A boyfriend, a husband, a friend group, a family paradigm, a work paradigm. There's plenty to go around. And we must do this at all, in any cost. Most of the time, it's a cost that sucks. But what if we reject this narrative? What if we choose to care, and what if we want to show it, regardless of how it may turn out? Being a good sister to the women in my life isn't a chore. It's a blessing. And more than anything else, it is a freaking gift. The more I invest in true sisterhood, the more I realize that I'm not alone. I'm not alone in my doubts, in my fears, in my overcoming along my journey. And I'm not alone even in my triumphs. Now that we're a little bit further into the topic, let's take a look back on the historical strength of sisterhood. Because this isn't a new idea. For centuries, in the most challenging times, women have relied on each other. Anywho, the forces of patriarchy, toxic masculinity, capitalism, all the buzzwords you can think of, have always tried to separate and oppress women. But women have consistently found ways to form powerful bonds of safety and unity to fight back. And this makes me think about the incredible sisterhood of Black women in general, but specifically during the civil rights movement. They fought on two fronts: for their rights as Black people and for their rights as women. Leaders like Ella Baker, Fannie Lou Hamer, and Dorothy Height organized, strategized, and mentored an entire generation of activists. Their solidarity was a cornerstone of the movement's success. They understood that the fight for liberation was a collective effort, and they built networks of support that sustained them through unimaginable hardship, persecution, and literal violence. Their unwavering commitment to lifting each other up and fighting for a better future is a powerful testament to the strength of sisterhood and community. And figures like Toni Morrison and Angela Davis, two of my personal heroes, perfectly embodied this spirit as well. Morrison's writing has created a literary sisterhood, giving voice to the untold stories of Black women's struggles and resilience. Angela Davis, as an activist and a scholar, amongst many other things, has dedicated her life to the idea that true liberation for any of us is tied to the liberation of all of us. They have both shown us that the fight for equality and justice is a fight that we must face together. All that to say, I know it's a lot of information. I'm not just throwing it at you for no reason though. I hope you're paying attention. This historical context proves that when women come together, we are an unstoppable force for change. We move mountains. We can create cultures of gratitude, compassion, rest, liberation, fearlessness, being outspoken, bravery, intelligence, love, and so much more. Enough on that. Let's talk about my personal journey. My own greatest example of sisterhood is absolutely my older sister. She has consistently been a safe space for me throughout my life, from childhood into adulthood. A person who has seen me blossom through all chapters of me being me without judgment. The truth is, a lot of us weren't taught how to be good sisters to other women because we weren't taught how to be good sisters and good friends to ourselves. But there's a powerful saying that I've been loving to use and think about as of late. If you cannot find a safe space, you must create it. And even more so, you must become it and embody it. I have spent years doing the hard healing work on my own. Within this work, I have learned how to become a friend to myself. I have undone so many years of conditioning, of self-belittlement, self-hatred, you name it. When you deconstruct and destroy these toxic ideals within you, it becomes easy. In fact, it becomes joyful to support the beautiful and lovely women around you. When you love yourself, you learn how to love and support the women in your life from a genuine, authentic, and deep, secure place. In conclusion, class, in conclusion, it's a bond worth fighting for. They may try to pit us against each other, even in our own families. Toxic competition can turn born sisters against each other. But when we turn against each other to win or compete, whether it's in a toxic family dynamic or just out in the world, we lose out on everything that is possible when we come together. And to me, that's everything. We also lose out on the joy of simple things like eating a matcha with your bestie or watching your favorite shows together and comprehending and dissecting the shows in only a way that you and your sister can really understand. We lose the safety of sharing our deepest, darkest secrets and knowing that they won't be shared or used against us later. We lose the freedom to be flawed and human, knowing that at any time we are safe to be exactly that. I think that they try to pit us against each other because they know that when we come together, we are unstoppable. Learning how to truly be a friend to myself as a woman and befriending my inner child, inner teen, all aspects of me has been extremely liberating and important to my journey. I want to leave you with a quote about sisterhood from one of my favorite authors. A sister can be seen as someone who is both ourselves and very much not ourselves, a special kind of double. This is the heart of what sisterhood is for me, whether it's with my own sister or a chosen one. Seeing a reflection of yourself in another woman while also celebrating everything that makes her unique and knowing how to receive this kind of love and mirroring back to you, vice versa, is such a freaking powerful thing. Thank you guys for tuning in, for watching, for listening. What does sisterhood mean to you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you feel like this video resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe. All right, my guest is, she's leaving the set, so it's time to go. Do you have anything to say before we leave today? And with that, stay true. Bye. If they say it's not that deep, it's just because they can't go that far. It's fair if you have deconditioning to do, but just, get on it sooner than later. We can pass on toxicity and harm. We can pass on goodness and love. If you agree, great. If you disagree, great. Be love, see love with everything you do. Be the if you need to.
Walked over, joined in the line. Jaw dropped, you wearing all white. Wonder when you got so fine. Yeah. Said hi and asked what's been up. Kept talking month after month. Your time, I can't get enough.